Alrighty, this is my overview video presentation for ABA 626. The first question being to share my progress in the course for my soft meds. So I'm going to go over my data really quickly. And as I can see, every week when the new deck was introduced, the data started off a little on the lower end or on the around the low level, what would be considered the low level. But over the week, it would start to reach the moderate level, and then eventually it would reach the high as long as the studying was pretty consistent. And that sort of happened from deck 1 to deck 2 to deck 3. We kind of had let's see, we had an increasing trend every week, and it would kind of reset a little bit whenever the new deck was introduced, and it would kind of just start to level out, stay a little stable, and maintain the ACEL around 12 to 14 depending on the week. But it was pretty good. And then regarding how I studied, so as I studied, I would sort of review the entire deck and then just try to run an untimed trial, just kind of seeing what cards I knew pretty well. And pretty well for me is determined as could I answer it right away confidently and within a couple seconds. And then I kind of made 3 piles, the ones that I was very sure about, the ones I needed more practice, and the ones I just strictly got wrong. And then I would really focus on those and then just spend the last 5 minutes of my studying to just run maintenance on the ones I already knew. And before I did the time trials, I would just run one without the timer because the timer, I found it to be really stressful. It made me really anxious. So just kind of be getting that practice in without the timer just let me get that fluency and let me focus on the data. I mean on the on the actual cards. And I did meet my objectives because I try to make them as attainable as possible. I wasn't expecting myself to jump in and get ACEL of 14 within the first week because it's not going to be it's not going to be possible with in my experience. It's just not going to happen. And I think one thing I would adjust for future courses is I would try to make time to study in the mornings because studying after work, after a long day of work, is kind of hard. So as much as I've been pushing myself to study at night, I don't think it is the most productive time to study. So I think for my sanity, I would probably start studying in the morning, try to find some time. But yeah, that about sums it up.